Welcome back to the channel, guys. Owner Arnas here, and today we're gonna talk about the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Iman Gadzhi, and how he's using Instagram theme pages to grow his personal brand. No, we're not gonna talk about how he started his career with theme pages, not at all. And by the way, quick glimpse, it's not the same strategy as Andrew Tate uses or other affiliate programs uses. Hope that makes sense. So let's jump straight into the video. First of all, who am I, right? My name is Arnas, okay? Owner Arnas. You can check out my Instagram. And I'm the founder of Passionate Income, this page, okay? This page. So I do know a few things about theme pages. And this is just one of my pages. 1 million followers. I started it almost 4 years ago. And I'll show you something very cool on my page. Recently, I had a post go viral. Here you go. I mean, I had many posts going viral, but this 7 days ago, 245,000 likes. And my team just sent me this post. They said, hey, can you post this? And it's very simple. If you're in the older kind of generation, before Facebook, there was MySpace, and this guy founded MySpace. And the post just says, this guy sold his business, MySpace, for $580 million, retired and solely focused on his passion for photography. To me, this beats every success story, right? It went viral, okay? And guess who commented? The guy himself, Tom Anderson, the founder of MySpace. This guy in the picture commented, Passionate Income. Oh, hey there, okay? 1 day ago, just commented, this is the real profile. Why am I showing you this? We're talking about Iman Gadzhi, right? That's the whole point. With Instagram theme pages, you can reach an incredible amount of people and you can reach very influential people if your content is good enough, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Keep in mind, this is one page, right? Imagine if you have 300 pages, 500 pages, and all of them go viral once a week, right? Imagine the power you hold in your hands. Because you know what I did here was just like one page, right? I'm not at the craziest level of owning 500 pages and like a media empire. So I wanted to talk about how Iman Gadzhi uses this in his advantage. So it's no secret that Iman Gadzhi started his career with Instagram theme pages. He started way back in the day when Instagram theme pages were way different than today. And I just listened to a few podcasts of his where he was talking about this, and he said, well, I was buying pages, rebranding them, selling them. And you can kind of still do it today. I wouldn't do it the way he did it back in the day where, you know, back in the day, Instagram was way different. The algorithm was way different. You can just literally rip off someone's content, go extremely viral, grow your page to millions of followers. It was way easier back then. But at the same time, there was less opportunity to make a lot of money because people, first of all, weren't buying that much stuff online, which means you get less advertisers. So Iman Gadzhi later shifted into the agency space and personal branding. Obviously, he started his YouTube channel. And, you know, obviously, he didn't start this strategy we're going to talk about today right away in his career. Obviously not. He started with his YouTube channel, you know, and so on and so forth, just sharing his story. And this has only been a thing for like a year or two. Maybe, let's say 2 years, at least 2 years in his mind, probably. Because like actually these pages that I've been seeing pop up, they've been probably created in the past year or so. But obviously it takes time to build out these pages, teams, and so on and so forth. So godfather of this whole method, using theme pages in your advantage to grow your personal brand or your personal influence, is Andrew Tate. But Iman Gadzhi is not doing the same thing as Andrew Tate. Very similar, but very different at the same time, okay? So Iman has a big in-house team, okay? In-house team where he actually hires editors, hires content creators, hires managers, and so on and so forth. And he owns the pages himself, unlike, you know, Andrew Tate or people who are doing like affiliate program. Okay, so Andrew Tate used affiliates where he would say, hey, just cut my clips up, post them on a random page, and post a link in your bio. Oop. Post your link in your bio, and when a video goes viral, people will click that link, and if anyone buys anything, you'll get a percentage of that, right? Iman Gadzhi said he was thinking about doing something similar, but then he did something way different, which is hiring a whole in-house team. This way, he can have way more control over the content they're posting, right? So you have control. You own the pages, obviously. I mean, he doesn't need to know the logins on his phone of all of these pages, right? But you have control. Like, if you want to not post a video which portrays your image in a different way than you would like to, then you're like, okay, let's not post this. So you have control, because what Andrew Tate ran into is a lot of his clips would get taken out of context, and he would get clowned, and he probably didn't want to do that initially, or intentionally. He didn't want to reach that stage where a lot of his stuff were taken out of context, like memes were created about him and so on and so forth, because it really like made his image a bit different. So Iman Gadzhi didn't want that, right? So the structure of his team is very simple, right? I have some notes here. I don't know why I have notes, but I was thinking about this in my head, how he actually runs it and why it works. So team structure, very simple. Hire an editor, and I've hired these editors myself, okay? Probably from third world countries, right? Or let's say a salary of $500 a month is a big thing, right? If you can work online on your PC and make $500 a month, in those countries you're making big money. You're living well. So you hire them full time or per video basis, but I assume that Iman Gadzhi hires them full time, right? So you hire an editor, and like I said, probably $500 or less if you're hiring them full time, and you give them stability. Then make them create on their phone. Probably they do have a phone if they reached out to you. Just make them create on their phone like 3 to 5 pages. Fan pages or theme pages about Iman Gadzhi, okay? So it could be like Iman Gadzhi fan page or whatever. That's the whole concept. They're not trying to pretend that it's the main page of his. It's like more like, oh, we're a fan page of his. These editors create these pages on their own phones. And then obviously they create 1 to 3 videos a day per page, right? So if you have like 5 pages and you create 2 videos a day on those 5 pages, that's like 10 videos. And obviously, Iman Gadzhi provides his team members or editors with the material, the videos, maybe some ideas, clips of his where you really like can't find them anywhere else. They're like private clips. And just, I assume he probably has some sort of a training too, like, of what he wants to achieve with these videos. So then when these editors create these videos, he has a person responsible for reviewing these videos to make sure they're not like taken out of context or anything else, and it portrays the right image you want to be looked at online, basically. And then basically when the editors get the approval from the person who reviewed the videos, then they just post, right? And they post, consistently post, get a salary. The editor's happy. And then, what Iman Gadzhi does is he repeats the whole process. He hires another editor and another one and another one and another one. And now he probably built a pretty big team. And I assume he probably has over 500 pages like that, right? Over time, it just adds up. The more editors you hire, the more pages you have. This way, of doing personal branding is very powerful. Why? First of all, Iman Gadzhi, by using this method, will never become irrelevant, canceled, or shadow banned. Okay, even if his main page gets taken down, banned, a hacker attack, I don't know, canceled, whatever, his content will still reach a new audience every single day because new pages are created, reaching new people, and there are so many people in the world. You can't reach everyone. So if you get canceled in, I don't know, one part of the world, you'll still start reaching new people with these pages, right? He can also control the volume of the content being shared online. So let's say if you have one personal brand page or one theme page, I mean, what's the maximum you can post a day? Probably like 10, 15 posts a day, but no one actually does that. Most people will post like 3 to 5 times a day, right? With this method, when you have 500 pages, and let's say you post 2 times a day on each of those pages, you have 1,000 different pieces of content going out there on Instagram, on TikTok, on all the platforms, all the time, consistently. So the volume is up here, and even if you're posting 100 times a day on Instagram on your personal brand, Iman Gadzhi is still running laps around you because he just has the whole distribution built out and he can just post consistently 2 times a day and never burn out because he doesn't need to film these videos, right? These videos are taken from his podcast clips, from YouTube's, and just like, lifestyle clips with some text, pictures. He doesn't need to do anything. He needs to just provide a file to the editor, and then the editors make the videos, right? So he doesn't need to sit in front of the camera. Well, he does, but only like once on a podcast or once on a video. So, you can always reach a new audience no matter what. And like his editors are basically working around the clock to make sure he's going viral all the time, and he's reaching new people. So obviously he didn't get his initial attention when he started this way, right? He needed to have that it factor, he needed to be likable at first. So obviously he started with YouTube, he started creating YouTube videos. People really loved it. He made some money with personal brand at first, and only then he started investing in team and growth and so on and so forth. If you take a look at his first YouTube videos, they were just with a simple camera, right? He didn't really invest a lot up front. And to do this up front, it would be pretty hard. But as you scale, like this strategy is insane because if you have a proof of concept that your content is good and people like that, then with this type of marketing, you can just go extremely wide and extremely viral at the same time, okay? Because there are different pages going viral in different parts of the world all the same day at the same time. So yeah, I think, what he did was very smart. And he probably started doing this a year or two ago. And I'd say it's very different from what Andrew Tate was doing with affiliates, because to incentivize affiliates, it's way different than incentivizing an editor on a salary, So I think it was very smart of him to do that. And it's working. Obviously, it's working because what happens is people see him on Instagram, see him on short form, and they're like, who is this guy? And they find him on YouTube. Then they start watching his YouTube, like literally binge watching all of his videos. And then obviously some of them will become a paid client or, a paid student or whatever. So I wouldn't suggest you just hopping into this, right, if you have no experience in personal branding or theme pages. But I just wanted to share how the big guys in the space, one of the biggest guys in the space online, is doing his stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, press the like button, and go on Instagram, follow me, and shoot me a message on owner Arnas, and I'll shoot you a voice note back.